Recording started. We're recording.
I just
Hurry.
saw. Sorry, I'm just gonna put some lip tint on kasi medyo kita
So
na yung
I'm
face ko
you know
dito.
you know I'm actually putting this like you know.
Okay lang.
Cinephiles is back, now in season 4.
For real?
For real.
Cinephiles is a film review podcast made by self-proclaimed cinephiles.
For self-proclaimed film lovers. Or kahit hindi, you do you, boo.
So come visit our cinema lobby when you can and listen to our episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast.
So this video thing. It's funny. Like we haven't really like we've been talking for a good what now, like 6 months, right? And
Yeah.
it's not like we're not talking on a regular basis, but you're probably one of the few people that I normally talk to on a daily basis. But then again, this is the second time that we're seeing
It's
each
actually
other.
seeing each other,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Because
So
we don't
it's
record the
it's
show with
like
cameras
I'm not
on.
used to it. Like I'm not used to
Yeah,
it.
like
I feel
what
like
she
I'm
was
talking
doing
to like
exactly.
someone new. Like that's why I feel like there's a little bit of like shyness
Oh, screw
that's
that.
there.
Fuck.
Maybe
Tangina.
on my end. I don't know.
Oh, come on. It's like, but you were like, she was doing this. Like, you'll probably see it because I'm gonna include it in the show. But
Fuck
she's gonna
you.
do
You were
this. Like,
recording it. I was like
oh yeah, I
powdering
was
my
recording it.
nose.
I think I
What the
was recording
fuck?
it. Yeah.
No, I think you recorded the one when I was like I put like lip tint on.
Oh yeah, shit. Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
hate
because I was
it.
doing something else when she was doing her contours. Like, ay, putay na.
No, because it's in video form now, so we gotta look cute. You know what I mean?
It's fucking hilarious when we're recording this, but yeah, I mean it's friggin' nuts, and yeah, we're doing the video thing not only for the podcast but for everyone. It's like I'm recording with a celebrity, so
What?
I gotta make things awkward for Ingrid
Please
here.
don't. It's so weird. Like, okay, the only difference now is like they can actually see my facial expressions, which like I cannot hide for the life of me. So like whatever I'm feeling, if I'm like trying to stop, however, like I don't know, I
Right?
can't.
Yeah, it's
I
like I
can't
don't, I don't
anymore.
think you can lie. Yeah. It's like back then, it's like we react to stuff and we can be comical about things and you can hear it in our
Mm,
voices, but now it's like you can see it. It's like
yeah,
you can probably tell if like we're thinking of something different when
yeah,
we talk about stuff, which is
and
weird. But
and I don't know where to look. Like, should I look at you? Should I look at like me?
no,
Like, I
like
don't know.
like just look wherever. It's like it'd be weird to like look at the camera like this, right? It's like, hey guys,
Okay,
welcome
fine.
to the
Okay,
Kingdom
that's
Podcast.
so weird. That is weird. That is weird. Okay, fine. That's
So
fine.
yeah, I guess
Okay,
just
fine.
look wherever. But yeah, I mean, we gotta dress up now. Back
I
then,
know, right?
it's like I don't really
I mean,
dress up.
I don't think you can call this dressing up. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
me
I'm
too.
just
Yeah, it's a T-shirt.
who fucking
So
cares, honestly.
that's right. And plus, we're recording this in an ungodly hour. So
Yes,
yeah, I
all for
mean,
you guys. All for you
all
guys.
for everyone, yeah, for sure, yeah. All for you persistent people out there. Welcome to the Kingdom Podcast Season 3. My name is Yuki. Over here is Ingrid.
Hello,
Our
everyone.
socials are down below, as you can see. So there's a slash there because some of her socials have an underscore on it.
It's
Because
just
yeah,
one, just on Instagram.
oh,
Jeez.
see, so Instagram has an underscore on it, but everywhere else, yeah. Also, her Facebook. Like,
Ah, I don't have a Facebook. Okay,
yeah, she doesn't have Facebook, you guys. Sorry to disappoint, but yeah. Oh my god, this
you
is so
can't
funny.
message
I
me
can.
there anymore. Fuck. Never mind. It's it.
Oh
Never
my
mind.
god.
We don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, well, probably some of them do. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's a fun show. Like we wanted to talk about. I guess is this something still accepted in the community. I mean, just for context, we wanted to talk about the show We Got Married. It's a big chunk of like our K-pop lives. I
Mm-hmm.
like for me and Ingrid personally because We Got Married has been there for a while and then just stopped. So like
Mm-hmm.
not suddenly, but it stopped. I actually even don't know what was the last couple that appeared there, but
Mm-hmm.
we just wanted to talk about the show in general. What it made us feel, what kind of mindset did we have to go forward with watching things like that, because back then, and I don't know about you, Ingrid, but back then I was a bit, I don't want to say mad about watching We Got Married, but
Mm-hmm.
I was, it's like, kikiligin ba ako? Would I feel like I'm being, like, is this something that I should be feel happy about?
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. And
Yeah.
it's it's just so bizarre for me now if I think about it, where is it only, but I like there's a question in me. It's like, is it only because in this day and age where everyone is a bit, on the sensitive side and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
that we don't have to support something similar to this?
I wouldn't say people are more sensitive. Well, they are. People are a lot
Well,
more
yeah,
sensitive now,
they kind
but
of are, yeah.
it's more of we weren't really aware how wrong it was. Like we got married. Because I mean it's a bunch of idols or like actors and actresses being forced to be in a fake relationship on like national TV. So
Sure.
I mean for everyone else's entertainment, like they're being forced to be in a arranged marriage, I guess you could say. Like basically it's like an arranged marriage, right? So
Yeah,
and
it kind of is.
apparently most of the things that happened, like it was scripted, I guess. But
Oh, highly scripted. Like, I
yeah,
guarantee you
yeah,
it was scripted. It's like you're
yeah.
you're asking for people to get married on a fucking show. I mean, it's not
Hmm.
something that can you imagine? It's like
Right.
having two actors or two singers like on national TV. It's like, hey, let's fall in love with each other. I mean, it's a bit taboo,
Yeah.
and I don't know like how people would approach something like that. Because if we think about what kind of impact that had in the industry back then, you'd get followers. Like if you're the idol that you came in that show, you would
Hmm.
like for sure get more followers.
Hmm.
And but the backlash behind it, especially for me, because I'm a big so on. I'm a big Girls' Generations fan, and
Hmm.
when I saw Taeyeon pair up with someone like
Much older
Hyungdun,
than her.
yeah,
Like
right, it's like leagues older than her, like 20 years I think, and like not even not 20 years, maybe like 15 years, I don't know, but
yeah.
it's like fucking insane that
And she was like
you'd have
around
someone there.
what, like 20, like
It's like
below
21,
20 pa?
22,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
So it's like, wow. I mean, that's something that I don't normally would want to watch. Like I personally did not watch. I don't watch We Got Married in full length episodes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What I do is I watch a lot of compilations,
Right.
just because I
Yeah.
was curious about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your idol is gonna get married on live TV, so wouldn't that spark curiosity in you
Yeah.
if you think
Mm-hmm.
about it? And yeah, I was just like, wow, why am I watching this? Oh yeah, sure, there are funny moments there. And Hyungdun, like I'm talking specifically about Taeyeon and Hyungdun here because
Yeah.
Hyungdun was fucking funny as hell when We Got Married happened. It wasn't really like them getting married per se. Like it's more of like them being siblings and stuff and just make
Mm-hmm.
being funny. But
Mm-hmm.
for couples like let's say Songjae and Joy, I know you're a big Revelove. I am
Yeah.
too. And can I be totally honest, like totally candid here? It's like
Yeah.
I kind of disliked Joy after watching her We Got Married with Songjae.
Really? Why? You didn't
She
tell me that
was
before.
yeah, she was too like so flirtatious, and maybe that's maybe that's part of evil editing. Maybe that's
Mm.
part of like the script and whatnot. You know,
Mm.
it's like we'll never know. You know, but
But knowing her, she's always been like that. Like she's very confident with herself, I
and
guess.
yeah, like it's like a lot of people may give me flack for that, but it's not that I don't like. I dislike her to the point na parang I dislike some of the idols that I've been watching,
Mm.
but
Mm.
she's my least favorite in Red Velvet. You know, because of that. I'm not
Okay.
saying that I dislike her. Well, at
Right.
that time, yeah, I did, but now I don't. And but
You say that
like, if
as
I
I'm
can rank,
literally staring at her photo card right now.
oh my god, are you a Joy bias?
Bro, yeah, we talked about that last
Aren't you a
time.
Wendy bias?
I
Didn't you tell me you're a
was like
Wendy?
I was like because of the vocals, but like yeah, after we got married with Sung Jae, that's when I started like liking Joy a lot more, I guess.
Holy fuck! Wait, huh? Wait,
Yeah.
what? Why? Like, what
Wait.
gives? Wait,
Where
let
the
me
hell
see.
is it? Wait. Oh,
See, this is fun. This is why we need to do the video podcasting because we can let people see. See, that's expensive right there. I'm pretty sure. Which kind of looks like
actually,
Irene
no.
here.
This is a holographic one.
Yeah. How
One of
much
my
did
best
that
friends.
cost, Ingrid?
No, one of my best friends gave it to me like on my
Oh
birthday.
shit. Hey, can you
Yeah.
guys comment on our socials kung alam nyo kung magkano yun and let us know. Thanks. It's not that we're selling it. We're just saying
Nalaglag pa
that.
yung Blackpink ticket ko. Mamaya na.
This is funny because like she lives, in where she lives and
Mm.
she's alone and I'm not
Yeah.
normally alone and right now it's like we have my girlfriend's cousin
Mm.
like coming here like visiting.
Oh.
So everyone's asleep. So probably because like you always sama kanina, it's like my volume's a bit low.
Yeah.
Is
Oh, that's
maybe
why.
because like
Right.
I'm a bit conscious of making
Right.
noise because we
Okay.
normally record this like earlier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now everyone's asleep. It's like
Actually, this is like the second time that we recorded this late.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
We had reasons, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. Commitment, persistence is key. You guys
Yes.
keep being
Yes.
persistent
True. Wait, just going
to the
back.
point
Going
that
back.
you get irritating. Okay.
Going back to the Joy thing. I can't believe like you don't like Joy. Like I
So
thought
wait, I don't dislike her.
okay,
Okay, let
fine.
me
She's your
rephrase
least
myself.
she's your
Yeah,
least
she's my least favorite. Yeah,
favorite. Fine.
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm very
I really
I'm just
liked her
very
there.
keen on that. Ugh, like, she's so flirty. It's like, but it's like, hey, Yuki, fuck you. It's like, like may ibang couples done. Like they even kissed and whatnot. Yeah, that's true. But it's like, you
Mm-hmm.
guys gotta remember, Joy was like what, 22, 20, 21, 22 that time.
Mm.
And Songjae is more of like, kind of the same age, maybe older, yeah.
Like a year
But
older.
yeah, like a year older. So you
Mm.
gotta understand like where I'm coming from as a fan. Of, like I've been a Revelove since day one. Like I watched that horrible song. It's like, and all
Happiness.
of yeah, oh my god,
Hey, I
I
really love
watched it.
that song.
I watched it like when it released. So it's like that was way
Sometimes
back.
you
Ugh.
gotta be bold. Just rock your world. Booyah!
See,
Okay.
that's the thing. Like I'm just it's like I'm just not a fan of early Red Velvet. Well, Automatic was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, but man, early Red Velvet is like I watched it live when they did Happiness. It was like as five. It's
Mm-hmm.
like so awkward to see them. It was like doing booyah, and then doing this like on
Yeah, yeah,
stage. It's
yeah.
like
Not
fine,
not even ice cream. You didn't like ice cream.
Oh no! I loved ice cream. That was
Okay.
when Yeri joined in. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of. I'm just not a big fan of like early Red Velvet. I'm more of their fan now, but then it's
Mm-hmm.
a bit still experimental, like on what they're doing. So
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm indifferent when it comes to Red Velvet currently,
Mm.
and just going back to we got married. I think it didn't help that I had to see Joy being flirtatious with another person because I personally like I'm a fan back then too. It's like very very different to who I am now. It's like right
Mm-hmm.
now it's like if they're dating it's like oh man good for them. It's like or even it's like if someone that I don't follow like starts to date it's like could care less, you know.
Yeah.
But back then, like I was so fucking like out there, you know. It's like it's insane. So it was. I don't know. I felt really bad that I had to see Joy,
Mm.
but then again, it still didn't help me out on
I mean,
excuse me, on liking Red Velvet.
she was probably doing it. I mean, it was a bit natural for her, I guess, but then she was like probably exaggerating a bit, so the viewers could probably, I guess, get more out of the show or their, how would you say it? Uh their season? Would you call it the season?
Yeah,
Or
like
no?
seasons, things
Yeah.
like no, but there are some we got married couples, and it's like probably what people would say I'm very biased, but
Mm,
I thoroughly enjoyed Solars and Eric Nams.
yeah. But then
There
they
was a
said that they got so much like shit from it too. Like,
That's right. Exactly. Like
mm,
as anyone, like I'm pretty sure anyone that appeared in We Got Married back then got a lot of flack for a lot
mm-hmm.
of the things that they said and did.
Yeah.
And it may be something related to like editing and stuff. It might be something na parang kasi ganito
Yeah.
ganyan yung inedit sila and stuff. And
Yeah.
fans, like diehard fans would tend to blame um
The idols.
no, not the idols, like the company or like
Mm-hmm.
NBC.
Mm.
I think there was an NBC show, right? If I'm not mistaken. Like correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but I think it
I'm
was
not sure.
NBC. Wait, like I gotta Google this shit, man. We
Like
got
I had no
married.
idea na they had that kind of like response from people, because I mean how it was edited, parang it was really like panakakilig talaga siya. Like Solar and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
why
yeah,
did
yeah.
you
Solar
see,
and
now I
Eric
can
Nam.
see,
Yeah.
now I can
Okay.
see your reaction now. So
No, I thought it was Songja and Joy that you were saying.
I no no
Yeah.
no. Well, yes, that too. But then now that you mentioned Solar and Eric, like I feel like they they felt a a lot more authentic, I guess. Like
Yeah.
but then yun nga, parang we didn't know na may mga scenes pala na they felt uncomfortable kasi nga, the producers had to make it a bit more interesting. Like did they do like the swimming pool bit? They did, right?
Yeah, they did. They
Okay,
did.
okay.
But
I
they were
think
like
almost all,
fully clothed, like, they weren't wearing anything
like
drastic,
right,
like
right,
or
right.
anything showy.
Yeah.
That I was okay with. But you tend to, if you're a fan, yun nga, it's like you tend to blame, oh, it's part of the editing, it's part of the production, NBC's,
Mm,
total crap when it comes to that. And more oftentimes than not, yeah, you would be right, but there was always like it'd be impossible if it all were up to, the NBC. Because there are things that maybe a bit questionable that the idols may have done, like either
mm,
like male or female, things like that. And I was like, just being Joy as a prime example, I just wasn't a big fan of how she portrayed being Joy in that show.
mm-hmm.
And I may be the one of the people that would say na parang shit, like I would give them flack for it.
Yeah.
But look at me, I am a Revelove. Like I've been a fan ever since they formed, and I was even a fan of like ever since pre-debut.
Mm.
I knew of Irene and Sulgi. It's like
From SM
prior to,
Rookies.
yeah, exactly, yeah, from SM Rookies. So I know their stuff. I know what they've been doing, and for them to debut like as a group, like I was, like, excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
Pero the fact that Joy showed me that kind of side, I may be like one of the toxic ones back then. So I guess it's a matter of like always perspective when it comes
Right.
to being the fan. Because yeah, I just wasn't a big fan, and like We Got Married it was supposedly something that the company, like the broadcasting company, felt like they needed as idols,
Mm.
showing that side of them, like a humane side. Kasi they're idols, like from the word itself, we idolize them. We
Right.
put them high up a pedestal. But then you would see them like if they would date like
Mhm.
publicly, and they would show everyone what they do. This is what they would do.
Like,
And
would you say Joy and Sungjae actually fell in love with each other during the whole thing? I feel like they did,
I
especially
would
being
I
that young.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
being that young,
yon.
they
See?
they,
That's
they
it.
were what, 21, 20, like around that age. Like I felt like they really developed their feelings. Like we could
Right,
obviously see it,
exactly.
like the last scene that they had together. I think like they were singing um their goodbyes, I guess. And then I just felt how devastated they both were that it was all gonna end. And I feel like even after the whole show ended, they probably kept their relationship. Like, like it's not impossible for them to, like, I
Yeah,
don't
maybe
know.
they kept in touch, things like
Mhm.
that. Maybe Joy and Songjae actually dated for a while.
Mhm.
Like we wouldn't really
Mhm.
know. Well, Joy is currently dating, right? Are they
Crush.
still dating?
I think so. I haven't
Yeah,
heard of like any update
any
about it.
breakup, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
it's like things like that. And I don't know, like, are you, if ever this is still happening today, what could be like ramifications that this may cause? Like, it's funny. Your face is like, are you a fan? Like, okay, look, you like, Songja
Y-
and Joy,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I guess you're
yeah.
a fan of the show.
I was like, siguro I wasn't really that aware back then how fucked up and messed up it was.
How
Because
so?
I was
Like, how
still
so?
no, because I was still like thinking as a viewer, like I was watching it out like from for my pleasure, like for my own entertainment, right? But like
Sure.
when I saw videos of them, kasi I wasn't like that deep into K-pop yet, so I wasn't really aware of like everything that was happening in the background, like how messed up um K-pop actually is. Yeah, because that's when I started being a fan of Red Velvet too. Because I think that was the Dum Dum era. I think that was around the Dum Dum era.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Around that time. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
around
right.
that time. So back then I was really enjoying it. But then as I, got deeper into, my obsession with K-pop, and even until now, I feel like because everything is scripted and everything it's arranged. Why are you laughing?
It's funny because like I'm seeing you think for the first time.
Why? Anyway, wait, you ruined my
Oh,
my ano my train of thought. What was I saying?
okay.
Yeah, so I feel like if we're gonna have like a show that's similar to that, or if they're gonna what, like reboot it or something, like
Yeah.
I hate it. Like just thinking about it, like when you brought it up, like as an episode, as a topic for an episode, I was my blood was boiling. I was like, I could just imagine like
Why
the
though?
the fourth gen like idols now like being forced to be in a fucking fake ass marriage with whoever. I don't know. It just fucking pisses me off. Now that I'm aware of how messed up it is and how um uncomfortable it made some idols who participated in it, and how other idols careers or reputations were ruined because of it. Like I'm not too familiar with their names, but I think like there was one um uh I think he was an actor. He was paired with Yura from Girls' Day.
Oh yeah.
Apparently,
Okay.
apparently there was like
Mm-mm.
a controversy where he was apparently dating Nana from,
From after school.
yeah. Um,
Mm-mm.
and then yun, parang ever since then, parang people didn't really support it anymore because they saw how it was affecting their idols. So
Mm.
yeah, if it happened now, like I don't think it's possible. Like I don't think it's going to be received well.
Would it be maybe because of how people are quote unquote woke now compared
Yeah,
to,
definitely. Yeah.
because if you're a casual viewer, which we were, you know,
Mm-hmm.
we still are, I guess.
Mm.
But like, I think it'd be, I wouldn't want to say fun, right? But
Yeah.
it would be more accepting, at least for me personally, in
Mm.
my current state of mind, if I were to watch something like that. Not because of, like, I just want to make myself clear, not because of what it, um, what's currently happening, like behind the scenes, which
Mm.
we all know, it's scripted,
Mm.
where they're
Mm.
being forced or they're being advised to do things like this, etc. It's not because of that I'd be comfortable, but just because of the representation of what the show was supposed to be, which is having a look at idols and how they would react and act towards them dating and someone else.
Yeah.
It's like it's a way for me to see them in a more grounded state.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm probably still not gonna watch it. Like, I've never watched it still, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would be more comfortable as a person, not as a
Mm-hmm.
fan, to watch something like that compared
Yeah.
to how I reacted back then. Kasi back then, all I saw, like, I was like, para akong kabayo nun. It's like,
Mm-mm.
all I saw was, like, my idol is dating another person. I hate it.
Yeah.
But right now, with my current state of mind where I view K-pop as something that I like, something that I'm interested in, but not really
Mm.
look at into them as someone na this is possible, no? Tarang gusto ko sila
Mm.
i-date. It's like
Mm.
it's not. I don't see them as something like that anymore. So at this current state of mind, I would be more comfortable watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But it might be different for you, right? I mean, sabi kong si BI, di ba? Nakipag-date kay ganito. It's like, it's like,
I
but
mean,
I would
if
be,
it's if
that would
it's
be
Lehigh
interesting.
and Sana, it'd probably be okay with me. Probably
Yeah,
be
it's
okay
not.
with me. Probably not my choice. Um, but yeah, I mean, if there was a show that's similar to We Got Married Now, I feel like like what you mentioned before, like people are a lot more woke.
Cancelable.
People are a lot more
Cancelable,
woke.
for
I guess
sure.
if they fix the whole concept of it, like if they give the two idols or actors or whoever more
Mm,
freedom to do what they want, like kasi nga it was heavily scripted before, right? So what if this is something na parang napag-usapan talaga ng maayos behind the scenes, and then um like they would have their non-negotiables and like stuff that they wouldn't be comfortable with before they actually start rolling. I feel like I
sure.
would be interested to see that, especially now that yun nga, parang it's not just the viewers who are woke, it's also the people who probably, I guess I'd like to think so, like people who actually produce these shows. I'd like to think that they would also consider how the participants would feel, like maybe I'm not sure
Mm.
before, but like did they provide like a um psychiatrist or like someone they could consult, like
Oh, it's like that happens behind the
siguro,
scenes. Like we wouldn't know.
'di ba? 'Di ba? So probably now if they had that kind of like support and like that kind of structure now, I would probably be okay with it. But then again,
Kahit si BI. Umiiyak na
it's
siya.
okay.
See,
Wag
this is
naman.
what I'm talking about, right? I mean, you could. I'm past that, Ingrid. It's like, I'm
No.
past that state, and I don't like. I don't know. It's like I'm just not like I could care less. And
No,
I guess
yeah, no, I
that's
get
all.
you.
I guess you represent the people that would probably be more or less, in line with what they think or in line with
Mm.
what they know about K-pop, but at the same time would still feel irked out if
Mm.
ever that they find out that Idol X is doing this with Idol Y.
Mm.
And this is a show. It's like,
Yeah.
can you imagine the the backlash of having to find out that your idol is actually dating someone
Mm.
and hindi mo na alam kung ano yung ginagawa nila, It's like
Yeah.
it's like
I mean, we don't like wala tayong pakialam whatever they do, right? It's just more of like
but then
seeing
like
it.
what's the problem with WGM then? It's like, okay guys, I'm not defending we got married. I'm just
Yeah.
asking, It's for debate purposes.
What?
So
What
what's the
again?
problem with what's the problem with the shows? Like if ever that you're indifferent or you could care less on what they do on their personal life, like
Well, because
what's
it's
the
gonna
matter
be
with
out in the open, right? And I mean,
okay.
it's not just them. Like they're not actually just doing it for themselves, but like there are other people involved, and they're gonna be getting money from it too. Which I'm not like I don't. That doesn't sit
The
well with
biggest
me,
fan, yeah, right.
right?
Mm-mm.
So I mean, I could care less what he does, like in his personal. Specific talaga, iniisip talaga si BI. Anyway, I could care less. I could care less what other idols are doing, like with their personal lives. Like, go for it. But then, if it's gonna be like broadcasted, like I don't know. But yun nga, like what I
Wouldn't you
mentioned.
want a view? Wouldn't you
Mm,
want a view of your idol, like being human for
I could.
once,
It's already. I can already see that right now. I
imprinted
mean,
in your mind?
yeah, with me.
Wow, spoken like a delusional fan. Oh my
No, cause
gosh.
okay, you don't get it. You don't get it.
I do. That's the thing. I do. But I'm past it.
No, I mean I was like that naman din with Jungkook and everything. But like I don't know. I think it's just cuz like he's never mind. I don't know why I'm explaining myself. But yeah, going back, like I feel like
Well,
if
you kind of
they
should. It's
what?
like it's part of the show. It's like you should, because you would probably represent a good chunk of the listeners
People
of
who
the
feel the
show.
same way.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, well fine. Like for me, I'm at this stage, I guess if you could call it like the honeymoon stage for having
Hell
a
yeah.
bias. Shut up. Ano ba? Like, okay, probably not
Also,
a
you're currently
honeymoon
in the
stage.
honeymoon stage. Okay.
Like, maybe like the peak of how much like I'm a fan of someone, I guess. Like,
Oh, you think this is your peak? Really?
I think
I
so.
thought
I
it was
think
like
so. Yeah.
would somewhere be younger. Kasi
No,
bagay
no, no. I
ngayon
mean,
ka
like,
like,
no, for
oh yeah.
BI
Okay.
specifically, because like I went through that with Jungkook as well. As in, like, basta like with him and IU, I was fucking heartbroken, bro. Like, I was fucking
I
crying.
was too. I was too. I wasn't crying, not to that extent, but I was too. When I found out that
I
IU
was
was
so
dating.
heartbroken.
Really? Were you? We
I
already knew each other
was.
when that came out. Really?
No, 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 not IU and whoever his name is. I mean,
Lee Jong
like
Suk?
when I found out, yeah, yeah. When I found out that Jungkook had like a big ass
Oh,
crush on
like a big
IU, yeah, like
okay.
he was very vocal about his admiration for her, and I was
That's
like,
right.
okay, yeah. But then
Hindi
yun
pa
nga,
ba ako
parang I was
sapat?
able, I was able to move on from it because I don't know if it's the same for other people. I'm pretty sure like a lot of people can relate to me, but then yun nga,
Sure.
parang
Mm-mm.
yun, I got past. I guess I got over it. But yeah, I don't.
How long? How long? If we're looking at the age of when at that time you were around like what, 22, 23, right?
Ish, yeah.
At that certain point. So like 3, 4
Mm,
years ago. So how long did it take for you personally to get over the
get over
fact
it.
that yeah.
Damn, this is so
So
sad.
this is a fun topic because we would like we're giving out our personal experiences, which I'm pretty sure a lot of the listeners of this show would
Mm,
definitely relate with. This is
mm,
probably one of the our most relatable topics, to be honest.
yeah. Well, because it wasn't just Jungkook, it was also BTS. I was really obsessed with. Like they were like they changed things up for me. Like I mean,
Like
it's
my
crazy. Like
standards.
no, like that, and then I don't think I don't think it's like OA for me to say na they really changed my life, dude. Like BTS changed my life. It's crazy to say to like hear myself say it now, but then the love that I had for them before was crazy. I mean,
Mm, mm,
I still love them now, but then I guess yun nga, parang I left the magic shop already. You know, I was able to experience what they wanted me to experience at that time. And not just Jungkook, but then I think it wasn't really like, oh, one day I got over it. It was more gradual.
mm.
Um uh it was just me trying to accept na um I mean, they're people too. I had to really talk myself like into, you know, saying na, oh, well, I shouldn't be entitled to, tama ba? I'm not
Yeah,
entitled to, you
that's right.
know, decide for them or like feel the way that I feel. But then, um, yeah, I mean, I guess at one point I just realized na I am just a fan, you know? I mean, I wouldn't say just a fan, but like can't really do
Well,
anything
yeah,
about
you
it.
kind of are. You kind of are. You know, it's like
Yeah.
a lot of people, like a lot, like our idols would definitely say that you guys are the reason and ganto ganyan ganyan for us to keep going and stuff, and
Mm,
that's primarily true. It's like
mm,
it's not a question of whether or not we're the reason or not. We are, but
mm,
then again, like we're a collective name to
mm,
them.
mhm.
We're not Ingrid. We're not Dustin. We're not
Yeah.
people. We're not people to them. We're
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah. And
And
it takes a
yeah,
certain like level of understanding, I guess. Like I may sound so dramatic. I always say this about my love for K-pop and whoever group I'm like currently obsessed with, but like you can't be like you have to be mentally strong to be like a fucking K-pop fan because
that's true.
you're
That is
gonna
true.
you're gonna like go crazy. I mean, like sorry to go off topic, but then I saw this viral video of this Japanese woman. Like she got obsessed with this host in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
where parang it's like a host like a bar thing where a guy would entertain a girl and then she would pay and then she lost all her money because of this one guy and then yeah, but she got like she lost everything because of that. So like we have to have this sense of control over our love and support for our idols. Now we still know that we have our own lives, I guess, and they also have their own
Sure.
lives. We have to understand that yeah, we're a big chunk of why they're successful. We're fans, but then again, we are just fans. We are a collective, you know. So
That's right.
yeah.
I guess it's the
Mm.
reality of facing, like, something like that show. Facing
Mm.
that show as a fan, where we tend to kind of figure out that, we're but a speck on the collective fandom.
Mm.
And, we're a dot on the concert. Like in the concert,
Mm.
We're
Yeah.
it's like with millions and millions of people that follow them, we're very irrelevant as an
Yeah.
individual.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like I'll probably dive deeper into that, but you gotta go to a commercial break, really short one. When we come back, more of the Kingdom Podcast Season 3. Don't go away.
Hey everyone, this is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
안녕하세요. 선물입니다. 여러분은 지금 The Voice DJ 유키와 함께 킹덤 팟캐스트를 듣고 있습니다.
Welcome back to the Kingdom Podcast Season 3. You can go on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all in the same name at the Kingdom Pod PH. Our socials, I'm not gonna say, it's all right there below. Tama ba yung spelling? Tama naman, di ba?
I think so.
Yeah, you can't copy and paste it, but yeah, just type it like wherever. You can follow us
Yeah.
there. A lot of I was watching your recent live earlier. A lot of people tend to ask where your podcast is, which is super cool.
Yeah.
I would love to comment, but it's like,
Why didn't you?
because I'm not your moderator.
Shut up. Oh no, you could literally like reply to people's comments on a live, right?
Yeah, you could. Like, I
Yeah.
should have replied.
Dude, it's so cool
right?
because almost every time I go live, they always ask me about it, and then, of course, I gotta plug it. Like, I mean, I'm
Hell
getting
yeah.
used to it now. I was
Fucking
like, well, you
hell.
can follow us at the Kingdom Pod PH on Facebook, Instagram,
See?
Twitter,
Tangina.
and on TikTok.
I don't have to
All at the
host this
same name.
podcast.
Ooh.
Tangina. I'm done. I'm done with podcasting. No, I'm joking. No, we're not. We're just getting started, you guys. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's really cool to have people, be interested in what we talk about, and
I know. I love it.
freaking fun. This is fun. See this
is.
thing? Like, it's cool.
It is.
Everyone should
Actually,
do podcasts.
I know, right? I mean, who fucking cares? Like, people should just talk about whatever the fuck they want to talk about. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah,
No
like
one
I
fucking
recently
cares.
listened to this podcast where they were talking about like mechanical keyboards. Fucking
Mechanical.
fun.
Ooh, yeah. I'm pretty
Oh
sure
my
ang
God.
daming market nun for sure.
Yeah, like all peripherals. They were talking about like
Mm.
stream decks. They were talking about like fucking keyboards. They were talking about
Mm.
mice. It's like
Mm.
things like that. It was actually because of listening to that podcast that I ordered this mouse. It's fucking expensive.
Nabudol ka.
I hate it. It's like it's so expensive, but it's so it's 56 grams. Ingrid.
Oh shit.
It's so
Wait, is that the
light.
one na hindi maingay? Yung parang hindi mo maririnig yung
No,
click?
it's hella. No, it's hella noisy. Wait, let me.
Okay.
It's
Wait, so you're the
super
type.
noisy.
Okay, so you're the type to like you need to hear your keyboard and your
No,
mouse.
no,
to, like,
no, no,
get
no,
free to
no.
function.
Like
Alright.
it's just the switch of this mouse is so superb, and it's not
Mhm.
like super noisy. Like it's okay. It's
Yeah.
probably one of the best mice out there. It's the Pulsar X2 for everyone who's wondering.
I have no
It's
idea
so
what that
light.
is.
I love it. I love it. But for mechanical keyboards, I'm more of a linear kind of guy. So I'm more of the instead of the clack, I'm more of the thok. If that makes sense.
I think I'm
So,
more of the
clack.
the form. Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't
It's
know.
too
man.
noisy. It's too noisy.
I love
It's
it. I love it.
Ugh. Ugh. Anyway.
Anyway,
So,
my
yeah.
my mouse is a Logitech mouse.
Oh, I still have a Logitech mouse. I
They're really
gave my
cute,
old one
like
to my girlfriend. Oh, you got
really
the
cute
cute
one,
one. Oh
the
shit.
pink one. Yeah.
Oh. total girl, It's like
So what?
so
It's
what?
cute.
We're back to the show, you guys. Going back to the topic. I think you called me out on not called me out, but
I
you
just brought it up.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you brought up something that I said earlier that I wanted to address is when you said that I may receive like some flack when it comes to me saying that we're a spec like on a like in a concert.
Yeah.
Kasi idols tend to remember some of the fans,
Mm.
but like I don't want to be defensive. Like it's not that I'm being defensive, but I wanted to talk about it because normally
Mm.
like for everyone that's wondering, like normally you would definitely see it now, especially compared to back then when we did audio. And this is something like a pain point that Ingrid said is when
Mhm.
we're doing the podcast, you would see cuts on the show. Especially now that we're on video, because there are things that we may have said that we're not really the biggest fan of,
Mm-mm.
and that might have been one of the things that were supposed to be cut off. But
Mhm.
in this conversation, I didn't like I vetoed that in a sense.
Yeah.
Kasi I feel like, yeah, okay, sure, the idols will remember you or could remember you,
Yeah.
but imagine the mental and emotional and financial toll that'll bring you
Mhm.
as a fan, as a person,
Yeah.
for you to have that 10-second like
Interaction with them.
interaction with them,
Mhm.
in a sense where it's like financially, obviously you gotta attend like fucking concerts every fucking time,
Mhm.
and then you would like
With the
have
veil of like royalties and like
exactly, so
special access.
that's right.
Mhm.
So that financially, that's hella painful, right? But the mental toll of him or her not remembering you every fucking time, possibly not remembering you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like that will mentally fuck your brains out. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's kasi ako, if I attended like a Tiffany concert and I attended every fucking concert,
Mm-hmm.
and her figuring out that I'm just a fan, like it's like nakita na niya ako once, nakita na niya ako twice, and that may be like something that will not really be the thing,
Mm-hmm.
or not really be the fact or the truth kung umattend ka na umattend. Pero what if ganun nga yung nangyari? The mental toll that'll give you as a fan is like, shit, am I forgettable?
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Like everything you're saying is just facts. Like even when you mentioned that we're just like a speck
Mm, mm.
whenever we attend concerts, but that's why like there are fans like who go out of their way to attend fan meetings and try to get their idols attentions by wearing like what like a onesie or like
Wedding
making
dress.
signages and like wearing a fucking wedding dress. What I was planning to do that for BI.
Mm,
um so yeah, like people go out of their way to do that, and like I get it also that it takes a lot of like mental, like it takes like a mental, what do you say, like toll, and also
yeah.
what
It's like your EQ
financially
has to be like
also.
fucking high.
Yeah, exactly. So
Mm-mm.
like I would like to, I guess I could vouch for those people who wouldn't take it against their idols even if they don't remember us. Like no matter how many times we we did have that interaction with them, like with the video calls, like is that like a 10
Right.
second, like 15
Mm-mm.
second
No,
video
maybe
call, like
like
there.
more, maybe more.
Yeah, ish. Like
It's like
there
a
are
minute
some
maybe.
idols who remember the fan. But then again, it takes a lot of like money, time, and effort to be able to even get that, you know. Um, but yeah, I mean that's why you you have to be responsible with how you are going to respond and like how you're gonna feel if you don't receive, or if you don't get what you were expecting from your idol, I guess. But yeah, I mean, there are also people like me. Like I wouldn't take it against like BI if he doesn't remember me. Like I was just really happy to like have that kind of interaction with him. Like just to see that he like felt happy about seeing his fans, like enjoy his music and everything. I feel like that's how I would think about it. I mean, yeah, so I could vouch for people who could take it, hindi ganun ka sensitive, I guess.
What do you say towards people, like what do you say towards me that
Mm.
would think like, ano ba yan, ba't ganyan, bakit hanggang ngayon ano ka pa,
Bakit
like you're
ano, ba't
still
di
there.
hanggang ganyan?
No, it's like what if people would call you out in a sense when they say na, ba't kasi ganyan yung attraction mo towards the person, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. I wouldn't want to say that's me. Pero
Mm.
I would probably like, pass the ball towards people that I know
Mhm.
that would say that same thing na parang
Mm.
it's like they're idols, It's like
Mhm.
chill a bit.
Yeah.
Parang hindi mo kailangan maging ganyan ka passionate about things.
Yeah. I guess like it just boils down to just letting people do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Hell yeah, that's it. Right
Like
there.
let people be happy. Like if they're not like ruining their lives, if they still have their shit together and have the time to do all that stuff, not really jeopardizing their life, their finances and everything, it's fine. It's fine. I
That's right.
mean, whatever makes us, or happy, whatever makes those people happy. And yeah, it's just a matter of not really understanding it, but then at the same time you don't really have to.
Then like why are we looking at the show now in a
Mm-hmm.
different light? Why can't we, it's like I guess it's a matter of like personal preference.
Mhm.
Pero it's like why do we not give such a high prestige over a show that is scripted, and we all know that it's scripted, but at the
Mhm.
same time, like, it's for your idols to show like a
How
different
they are.
side of, yeah, exactly. Well,
Mhm.
maybe how they are would probably be a very slim chance that that's
Yeah.
actually how they are. Pero
Yeah.
but
A
show
glimpse.
like a glimpse like of
Mm.
their humane side, like more of their grounded side, because at the end of the
Mhm.
day, like, again, we put them on such a high pedestal that we think they're perfect, and they could be, well, no,
Mm.
not really, no, they're not. Pero it's like for a lot of people they are, and
Mhm.
it's as for me personally as a fan, it's just not that for me anymore. It may have been
Mhm.
back then, but why do we put such a low premium over shows like this? We all know it's scripted anyway. It's like 16, It's like it's
Yeah.
scripted.
Yeah.
16. No, wait
Wait,
on
is that the
Twice.
birthday? Like the
No, no, no,
Oh
Twice.
no no! Oh
16.
fuck you! Fuck
It
you,
was
man.
scripted. Oh, come on, Ingrid. Stop
So
lying to
you're saying
yourself.
like there was like an existing
It
list
was,
already?
yeah, exactly, absolutely, and they put in like people like Somi there just for fucking publicity. It was set, like, it was setting stone already.
Okay,
It's like all
fine.
those crying and stuff. Probably they were crying because, like, oh my god, finally I'm debuting. It's not really like, oh my
Hey,
god, because I won. It's like they're
this is like the
debuting.
first time I'm hearing this. I
Are
don't
you
like it.
fucking kidding me? It's like 16 is
Yeah.
so fucking scripted. It's fucking nuts. Can you imagine? It's
No.
like someone doing this. Hi, hi, hi. It's like, why would she?
I
Like,
mean,
why would you
obviously
do
the
that?
performances, like they fucking pre-planned the performances for sure. But then I'm like, I mean, okay, fine. I have to look into this. Okay, like,
It's so scripted. Oh my god. Okay, so to
okay, fine,
everyone that
fine,
says otherwise, like, screw you all. Question
fine,
your
fine. I don't
fucking.
care. I don't care.
Okay.
Basta, I
Okay,
enjoyed it.
so again, going back,
Mm.
why is there such a low premium on shows like this? When we all know the facts, you know? Why can't we just enjoy the content as is?
Why
It's a
can't we
good
just
question,
enjoy the
though.
content?
It's like we
Yeah.
normally, like,
Papaisip ka
for
talaga
everyone,
eh.
sorry, we just spitball a lot of stuff. Like, we tend to talk about a topic on the top of
Mm.
our heads.
Yeah.
So the faces that you're seeing right now is us thinking about what to say.
Mm-hmm.
That's how good we are.
Mm, why can't we just like enjoy it as a content itself?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I think I could speak for the both of us that since we have that kind of awareness about everything that would probably happen after or even during, like during the show, like going on air and everything, I feel like it's just unethical. Like I don't know. Why are you laughing? Like
No,
what?
it might be. It might. Yeah, it might. It might just be that. It's like I wanted to spark a debate between us. Like, it's not that I'm defending the show per se, but it's like from the context of someone that views K-pop as something that they're just interested in, compared to someone being, it's like, fucking part of my life.
Mm,
Which is, I think, would define the both of us.
mm,
K-pop is actually like a part of us. Like, it's not something that is just on passing.
mm,
It's not me towards Taylor Swift. Like, I enjoy her songs, but you don't see me fucking following her everywhere. It's
yeah,
like doing updates and stuff. But it's K-pop, like, being a part of us.
yeah,
Without it, we're probably very different people now.
yeah. I
So,
just realized how sad it would be.
is it really? Do you think it's sad?
Oh,
Like,
it would be sad. Yeah.
what
Can't
would you have
imagine.
been?
Can't imagine
What
my
would you
life
be
without it.
listening to if K-pop wasn't a part
R&B
of
and
you?
hip hop. Probably like a hip hopper right now.
Doing caps like this.
Probably like on to the side.
I would probably still listen to like I still listen to a lot of songs. Like it's K-pop is not really just my playlist, pero
Right.
yeah, I would listen to probably Foo Fighters a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that kind of music. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like yeah, I wouldn't want to say it would be sad because there's a lot of really good music out there, not just K-pop, but
Mm-hmm.
K-pop is such a different color for me. It's like if you think of it as colors, it's such a different color.
It's a bright,
And
you know,
yeah, it's like a bright
bright
pink or bright
color.
yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking it's yeah, I would probably also be a different person.
Mm-hmm.
I would I wouldn't I would probably still be as outspoken, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would be as cultured, you
Yeah.
know? So, yeah, it's a different ball game for the both of us, I guess. But yeah, like such I just don't want to feel like we're discounting the show,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, we do want to call them out for being very suspicious and very fucking, you know. Yeah, it all boils down to like, MBC being horrible, but at the same time, idols will tend to gravitate towards portraying a character, which is I still think like actually like for this show even I feel like you and I were trying to, well, for me personally maybe there is a sense of portraying this character of Yuki compared
Mm-hmm.
to you and I talking
Mm-hmm.
personally like off air
Mm-hmm.
as me being like a different person because I guess like for me even like there are some similarities of me being this on the show, but
No.
at the
No,
same
you could
time
say the
there
same
are
thing with me.
yeah,
You could say
there
the
are
same
things
thing.
that I don't do like off air
Yeah.
that I would normally do here on the show.
Right. Mm.
See, at the end of the day, it's pure entertainment. Like you would get like our 2 cents on a lot of stuff, and like more oftentimes than not, no, not more oftentimes. Like in reality, that's actually how we view the K-pop scene on whatever topic that we talk about. But at the
Mm.
same time, this is not something that I would normally do like off the air, and that would probably also be the case for a lot of the idols, like on even We Got Married, because
Yeah.
they're portraying like a character of them being
In a
this and that
relationship.
in a
Mm.
relationship as well, and
Mm.
baka siguro like it leads to good friendship after the show, but it's
Yeah.
kind of awkward if you think about it, right? I mean,
It is.
starting
Yeah.
off having that sort of skinship towards each other as people that have been very public on what their character and images are,
Mm-hmm.
and then seeing this sort of side to their personality, which a lot of people tend to throw flack at and be ridiculed about.
Mm.
Although, like, I just didn't want to give like the whole shit brick towards MBC and We Got Married as a show. Kasi nga, like I said, there are things in that show that our idols are portraying, but at the same time, like it's just like this show, like we
Mm-hmm.
portray a certain character that we need to portray in the show, but like snippets of our personal life have already been like shown to the public,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess that's also what is currently happening there. That's why I was feeling that low towards Joy and
Mm-hmm.
Songje. Not Songje, but just Joy in general because she was so like fucking clingy,
Yeah.
fucking so confident about herself. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's like it was just a bit taboo for me having someone that out there.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I
it's
do.
it's not like something that I would be like not interested in dating. Don't get me wrong. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you girls like you can be as confident as you want. It's not a hit on you being confident. It's just that like if you're that like that vocal and that your personality all being out there feeling la parang it's like hey, it's like want to hug you, want
Yeah.
to do this, want to do that. It's kind of like
No, yeah,
it threw
it's
me
just a
off.
matter of preference lang.
Yeah,
It just you just weren't
exactly.
really a big fan of it.
Yeah.
But I get like everything you said. But it's also just because I'm concerned about what's going to happen to the participants after. I mean, for sure they're gonna be getting a lot of exposure from it. Like, for
Oh
sure
yeah.
they're gonna, you
Puta,
know,
yeah. All the
marami namang
exposure.
positives after. But then at the same time, like if we look at the history, like we already talked about Eric and Solar and all the other idols and actors who participated in it. Parang we heard more about the controversies and like all the negative things that happened after they were in that show. So I guess it's just more of that. Like, since we already know that, it didn't really turn out that well for them and also for the show. I feel like if they're not gonna change the whole concept, like what I said earlier, maybe they could provide a lot more like mental support, and give the participants a lot more freedom to be the way that they actually are. Um, then yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I feel like at the end of the day, it's like it all boils down to what happens behind the scenes,
Mm,
which we're totally clueless about mostly.
mm,
Pero if they're getting the amount of support that they should be getting, like especially for these like for the young people,
mm,
it's like can you imagine yourself, right? Just put
mm,
yourself in their shoes. Not necessarily like you don't have to be a public figure, right? Just you, just Ingrid, just Dustin. It's like at
mm.
21, 22 years old, you're being paired with someone that you know for a fact you're not necessarily always attracted to. Pero let's say the attraction happens while you paired with that someone. It's like for me personally, like I fall easy, I fall fast, I fall hard.
Mm,
And I feel like until today, like that's still a thing. Um it's not the thing right now because like I'm in a
mm,
relationship, so like that's out of the ball game. Pero it feels like if ever that I were to fall in love again, like I would still fall fast and hard. So
mm,
can you imagine having that kind of juvenile mindset?
mm,
It's like the mentality of having someone to be paired with you doing stuff that
yeah,
normally couples will do.
yeah,
Imagine at 21, 22, like that would fucking like blow your mind, especially
yeah.
now that like social media, like texting,
Mm,
calling,
mm.
video calling is like
And imagine
the
what it's
sort
gonna
of
be
thing.
like for the other person too. Like, imagine feeling
Exactly.
horrible and like feeling responsible for hurting the
The
one who
other
fell.
person, yeah.
Like, yeah,
Like, what if it's like we're a one-sided thing?
yeah, yeah.
It's like it would be like fucking insanely horrible.
Mm-hmm.
So it all boils down to what happens behind the scenes. If they're getting the amount of mental support that they are getting,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time, like if it really like blossomed into a beautiful friendship afterwards, then I would be fine with
Yeah,
shows like We Got Married.
yeah.
But I don't think that was the case when it was still very present.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, like, oh, but Yuki, they have mental support from their friends and stuff. Like, yeah, but it's not really their responsibility
Mm.
in a sense because they're not really part of the
Yeah.
drama that's happening. Why do I have an alarm for 2:30? But it's like it's not really what's happening. Like they're not really involved with what's happening in the show.
Mm.
Yeah, they're friends. You can share with them and stuff, but it's like it's not the support that I'm looking for as someone that will be participating in one of those things.
Mm.
So yeah, you are right. It boils down to whatever's happening if they're getting the amount of support. But I doubt that that's happening. That's why it's becoming cancelable.
Yeah.
That's
And
why
as
it's
much as
something
we
that
could say that idols nowadays are a lot more aware and more sure of themselves, especially fourth gen. I mean, I'm not. I mean, K-pop idols in
so
general
confident
nowadays,
too. Putang
they're yeah,
ina.
they're more confident. They're more sure of themselves. As much as we could say that, we don't really know. Like, we won't really know how it's all gonna affect them after. Especially
And
now that
also,
like would you say like the fans nowadays are a lot more toxic than before?
oh yeah, fuck yeah, putang
Right?
ina. Oh
So
my
just
god. I
imagine
can name
lang.
fandoms for you. Putang ina.
Once na naman, blinks na naman.
Wanses, fucking
Army na naman.
armies, fucking blinks, It's like all the big
Yeah.
ones.
So yeah, imagine the fucking flack that they're gonna get. I can't like. I would feel so bad for the idols, for the actors.
And it's funny because every like a lot of the conflicts, like most of the conflicts nowadays when it comes to fans
Mm.
are happening internally.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I seldom see, like not seldom see, pero like it's the number of cross fandom
Mm.
fighting happening today compared to when we started
Yeah.
standing K-pop.
Yeah.
It's like we it's like I said this in the previous episode. I don't know if I was with you or not, but it's not even called standing that back then. It was
Yeah.
spazzing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like we're that old, you guys. Sorry, but yeah, it was just so different. So everything that's happening is happening internally, and
Mm-hmm.
I tend to. I guess that's a sign of like maturity in a sense, because
Mm-hmm.
I tend to call out fans within my fandom if they say something that would probably be something that's not supposed to be said
Mm-hmm.
or not supposed to be done.
Yeah,
You
as you
know,
should. Yeah.
and yeah, I don't like. It's not that I don't know. It's just that like for me, and I'm not defending. We got married. I just had to portray a character where
Mhm.
I wanted to spark a debate between myself and Ingrid.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm defending we got married. It's just that,
No, both points
you know,
were like, you're pretty
yeah,
good.
we're pretty solid, yeah, but like at
Mm.
the end of the day, they're portraying a character as we are, you know? And that might be something na parang you would see like a different side of them, pero they don't really owe it to us in a sense.
Mhm.
And we gotta watch, just watch. That's it. Wala na tayo. It's like it's not that we can do anything about it. If
Right.
they did something like this again, it's a matter of are we watching it? Are we
Mhm.
supporting it or not? But it's like it's not like it's gonna make any difference though.
We could just control how we feel about it, you know? I mean, easier said than
How do we
done.
control? How like control how though? That's a big question.
'Cause I
Is it
guess like
something that parang like keep it to ourselves? Things like that? Like wala kang
yeah,
podcast, like keep it to
I
yourself. Ganun,
guess.
parang
I
ganun.
guess no, cuz like it's hard for me to say cuz like I feel like I have that kind of emotional stability, I guess, to be okay with it, you know? I don't know, like I'm not sure about the others, but like yeah, and I mean like we again like they're not responsible for how the fuck we're gonna feel, like that's why like we have
That's
to
true.
be the one responsible for however we're gonna respond to it, you know.
Mm, exactly.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't think it would be this serious.
You're right.
Ina.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be like that too. Like I thought it was just gonna be like I thought we were gonna be a lot more rowdy and everything, and like
Yeah, and
I
we
mean
could,
we
right? We
were,
could
but
have.
like
Yeah, we could have, right? Pero
mm,
it's
it's
such
such a serious topic.
it's so overwhelmingly odd to
Mm.
follow something like this now.
Mm-hmm.
Did we adapt to the Gen Z mindset now? It's like have we graduated from being millennials and it's like
I
fucking
mean, I
it's not
wouldn't say
necessarily a bad thing.
yeah, no, no,
Just
no. It's
saying.
not a bad thing at all. Like I wouldn't say like we've adapted to the Gen Z mindset. It's just that we're becoming a lot more open and understanding. I guess like we're trying to see things in other perspectives. Like we're like yeah. I wouldn't say Gen Z specifically. Why?
I can't
Why? I
also
feel
say
like you're
that
gonna.
I'm sensitive. No, I can't also say that I'm being overly sensitive nowadays compared to how I was back then. I feel like I just view K-pop very differently. I view K-pop as as just a part of me and not like my whole being.
Mm-hmm.
compared to how I did podcasting back then.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm not that, I'm not that pretentious in a sense. Pero yeah, I guess yeah, it's just so
Is
different
it
now.
Satan leaving your body?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's Satan leaving my body. Kasi putain, I was ruthless back then. Tangina.
Our first episode, you were ruthless as fuck.
Like I was just gonna say, it's like, oh my god, like earlier when you were
Mm.
talking, because I was so impressed, to be honest, by how you're being very articulate about stuff, and I was just like going back to how we did your first episode.
Mm.
It's like, guys, you should listen to that episode. It's fucking gold, that episode. But it's like, compared to how she is now, it's just fucking so different. I thought of
Yeah.
it because when I was listening to you, we were talking about them like having this kind of personality, things like that, right?
Mm.
And them being so confident. That was that part. Because I thought like you're an introvert, right? Like based on your
Yes.
MBTI. But it was like introverts nowadays, like it's so they're still so out there. Like they can be so confident too. It's like it's just
Yeah.
so I can't say different, but yeah, it is different. It's
I
like you
guess
can be
because
an introvert and fucking be confident about stuff.
yeah,
As
yeah,
an,
yeah.
as an
I mean,
introvert, from the word itself, like it's like you're just like you're the awkward kid in the corner. I was probably that too. It's like I was the guy that would never wingman in a club, but I still
mm,
get invited, and I'm the guy playing like fucking I don't know, Clash of Clans dun sa gilid. I'm that guy.
yeah,
I'm not the one that would go to the dance floor. It's like, hey, you want to get out of here? It's like I wasn't a big fan of clubs either, too. So
yeah.
I guess that was a thing. But say, introverts being introverted
I think
is
yeah, I think it's just because we're a lot more comfortable with being an introvert that we don't really because before I would be like so in my head that I knew myself that I was shy. I was thinking
mm,
about it too much that it just made me I just froze. Like I just freeze lang. But then now I'm just a lot more confident about being an introvert and like not necessarily being like out there and like I'm okay with just being silent and like if you're not okay with that then that's not really my problem. If I start to feel comfortable talking to you then it's because I feel comfortable talking like like it's just all about us. I guess I could represent introverts now. Like, I
mm,
guess like, if we're comfortable because in a situation, like we wouldn't mind showing our true selves. Like, we wouldn't mind like being all weird and out there, talkative and stuff like that. But yeah, no, like in our first episode, kasi I was so nervous. Like that was my first ever like podcast slash interview whatsoever.
have
So
you
like
recently listened back to that? It's fucking
it's so
funny
cringe.
as hell.
I don't
I
even
wouldn't
want
want
to
to say
listen to
cringe,
it.
right? That was like 6 months ago. I want to say like it's not a
Yeah.
throwback or anything, but it was just so funny because you were so different. It's like
Yeah.
it was so interviewee in a sense.
Yeah. Even you, dude.
Oh, it's like because I,
Even
I was such a
you. We're trying
fan.
to be
Because I was
nice.
such a fan. Yeah, of course. Like
Yeah.
I was a fan. So it was like when I reached out to you, it was so different compared to how we're rowdy now. It's like you guys should see our behind the scenes things. It's like
Bro.
fucking oh my
Dude.
god.
Okay, I'm gonna send you something after.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it was just so different. I was just like I felt so proud. Like I'm kind of like the proud brother, like in the
Yeah.
side na parang tangina, look at this. This is what I made. This is what I
Grabe
made
naman sa
happen.
maid.
They made happen, sorry. It's like this is what I
Yeah.
made happen.
No, it's like an
That kind of
inside
thing.
joke. It's like an inside joke between Yuki and I. And I call him Kuya, and then he's like basura.
Oh,
Sometimes I'm like,
pwe.
thank you, Kuya. Thank you, Kuya.
Ugh, fuck it. Ugh. Just for context, if you could see and hear what we talk about while the show is not going on, you would listen to the show
A lot more.
every fucking week. It's like every fucking week. If we release this daily, you'd fucking like listen daily.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the best show ever, you guys. So if you're listening to this podcast,
And
yeah,
the thing is our first no, this is our first video form.
that's true. I think we're gonna get used to it. Like it's
Yeah.
fun. I
No,
think this is
like
more fun.
I'm getting more comfortable. Like, kasi una, like I was a bit stiff. Like I kept looking at my mic because I have to be like this
That's
close
right.
to my mic. So I'm like, I always have to look at my mic.
Soon you won't have to.
Oh
You
yeah.
have the thing coming in. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like final words, final thoughts, like on We Got Married before we wrap it up. This is a long ass episode. Gotta
Mm-hmm.
say.
I mean, I guess if we could meet in the middle, if
How is that possible?
no, I mean like cause earlier you agreed to like if we got married, did a reboot or like you know started airing again. If they provided like the proper support for the participants and if they gave a lot more freedom and like I guess yun nga, if things are done properly behind the scenes before they actually start ruling, I would be okay with it. But then again, that's because I would watch it as someone who already knows that it is scripted and it's probably not 100% real. But
Okay.
I couldn't probably say the same thing for others. Or I mean,
Sure.
yeah. So
I guess like it's a bit difficult to meet in the middle. So what I would say there is that just don't do it.
fuck you. That easy.
Yeah, that easy. It's like, well,
Yeah.
um,
Or just don't watch, I guess.
I guess I'm just not
But
comfortable.
hindi din eh.
Like I guess I'm just not comfortable anymore knowing that I might be invested in something that is fake.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say the
Imagine
same
seeing
thing.
Karina.
Come on. Come on.
Imagine seeing Karina with
With
sino ba?
BI.
Oh,
Oh, it's like you. That's a slap on both of our faces. Can you imagine that? It's like, is it so? Wait, how old is B? Look, okay, BI's kind
yeah,
of
he's
young.
my
you
age
know?
nga, di ba?
Oh my god, that's how old is Karina?
Karina's like born 2001.
22. Ingrid.
Pwede na.
Yeah. Oh, see, sa kanya na nanggaling yun, so we'll never know. Imagine being
I need to
heartbroken.
mourn
It's like
first.
just both
I
of us.
probably
Like,
need to mourn first before we do that.
I even thought that you were being like your eyes were kind of being watery earlier when you were
No,
explaining
legit
stuff.
yun. Legit yun.
Yeah. Okay. So
Legit, promise.
I thought it was only the glitter, but it wasn't.
No, it's just I have like really sparkly eyes.
We're done with this episode, you guys. Thanks so much for everyone who listened to
Bye.
the episode, and yeah, it's our first one. And moving forward, it'll be our thing. So, like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
Mhm.
and on YouTube,
Mhm.
guys. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You gotta watch us there. It's at the Kingdom Pod PH for everyone. So yeah, this will be a normal recurring thing. So regardless if it's just the two of us or anyone else, like that'll be on the show, we will have video. Hopefully, like
Yep.
everyone will be open to it. It's like it's a bit difficult for you to. That was one of the things that I had to tell Ingrid on her first guestings. Like, hey, we're gonna mag-ayos ah.
Yeah. No, literally, I came from no, that was a day after BI's fan meeting too. Now it's come
Was
full
it?
circle. Yeah, it
Was
was. Mm.
Holy shit! Look at that.
Mm.
So you were dressed up regardless, ganun ba? Or hindi? That was a day
No,
after.
I was
So
so
yeah, you were in
fucking
there.
tired. So no,
You were
dude,
in
I
your
was
jammies most probably.
yeah.
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 So It's like fucking, it's like ganyan pa yung itsura. Hello, hi, my name is Ingrid. Nice meeting you.
Sobrang pa-baby pa. Nakakairita.
Oh my god, I gotta listen to that. It's like I
No.
gotta listen to it one more time. We gotta play one of
No!
those
Okay.
things, like,
No,
on
remember
the
we
next
talked
episode.
about this. Probably kapag nag-anniversary tayo or like some, like, I don't know, like a big ass occasion or something. Like, we talked about reacting to our first episode, like listening to it and then, recording our reactions. So we
True.
should do that after a while now, okay?
Fine. Yeah,
After
maybe on
after,
on the first year, It's like it's funny as hell. But yeah, we'll listen to something like that on the next not few episodes, but on the next number of episodes. So yeah, that's the show. Thank you so much for listening, and yeah, we'll see you again next time. Bye, guys.
Bye. The Kingdom Podcast is executively produced by The Voice, DJ Yuki, and co-presented by The Bunk Collective and the Kingdom Podcast creative team. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Kingdom Pod PH. All episodes are available on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, and all your favorite podcast streaming platforms. For inquiries, please email us at thekingdompodph@thebunkph.com, and don't forget to visit thebunkph.com/thekingdompodph. Thanks for listening to the show, and see you next time!